Hey everyone, I'm Hallease, a digital storyteller and video producer.
And I'm Mr. Hallease, and I just don't want coffee. I need it.
Okay, and this is the Beastcast, your favorite aunt and uncle talking about married life and things like such as...
Music, roll it.
All right, so we're back. It's another episode. Y'all didn't think we'd be back, but we are. So, joke's on you.
Now, no one said it was going to be a good episode.
Yeah, nobody said that, though. This episode topic is... I was going to let you...
Oh, you're at... Oh, okay. Keeping the Sabbath. And even then, it's not even keeping the Sabbath. It's more just work-life balance.
Yeah, I suppose so. We're coming at it more from the spiritual, religious side of things, I suppose.
Are we?
No, not really. I guess not.
It's like, I didn't prepare for that.
That's true. This idea of keeping a Sabbath, it's actually... I say this in short.
The concept of keeping the Sabbath.
Yeah. Because if we're going to be blunt, we don't keep one at all. Not in the way that I think is biblically mandated.
Well, not in the strict way that I guess a certain subset of the Jewish people or all Jewish people do.
Right. Because we're not Jewish, first off.
Yeah, I guess
Maybe
so.
we're not Jewish.
You're right.
We're not.
You're right.
But I do see the point in taking a break regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And in general, I usually try to have very mellow Saturdays. So I know for a lot of Christians, I would say, it's usually Sunday because you go to church and then you kind of chill for most of the day on Sunday. Mm. But I have found for me personally that trying to have a Sabbath, if I am taking one in the sort of conceptual sense rather than the literal sense, it's usually on Saturday. I guess the question, what are you doing?
Sorry, it felt like something was tugging on the mic for a second. I couldn't tell if I was just going crazy or what. So, sorry.
So, yeah, for me... Oh, man. So, yeah, for me, I would say that I try to keep some sort of Sabbath on a Saturday. But does this count?
Me too. What do y'all think?
Should we be doing this episode? Should we do a different one?
I mean, I don't know.
Should we do boring spouses?
I don't know what to say about boring spouses either, though.
I think you can talk about how you have learned your boundaries.
Yeah, I mean, we could just talk about coming up with topics.
Sure.
No, that's boring.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, I think that there should be a healthy work-life balance. I don't really care when it is. Like, for me, it's Monday through Friday, I cannot commit to anything.
Right, because you have a more traditional work schedule.
Right. So I barely have enough time to either work out and make dinner or do one of the two.
Yeah.
But I enjoy not doing anything. If it's not all weekend, at least one day.
That's actually interesting because I remember when one of the earlier episodes we did was about how do you define success for yourself?
Yep.
And you had mentioned that for you, you'll know you're officially successful when it won't matter what day of the week it is.
Which is funny because in the last episode, we were talking about something, or you were talking about your life when I was a nurse.
Yeah.
Like a floor nurse, a staff nurse.
Mm-hmm. Check that episode out. Link in the eye and below.
Good segue.
Yeah. I did it.
And I thought, oh, well, I was not what I would consider successful then, but the day of the week kind of didn't matter because, yeah.
Yeah, for you, it really didn't matter.
You know when the fortune cookies are bunk anyway, but you know when the fortune cookie is right, when you know the fortune cookie is right. In kind of the way that I think conservative lawmakers say, well, you know it's porn when you see it. I can't define, I can define it.
Why is every time
you know what
go,
it is when you see it?
Every time you go conservative, you immediately put on the hardest Texas accent you possibly can.
That could be, you know, heartland. That could be Southern.
They're just always, whenever you're doing some kind
There's
of...
always a twang.
They're always a twang, yeah.
I mean, I'm not...
Let's talk about...
I'm just saying. The stereotype is... Wasn't that stereotype?
No, you just did it again, even when you...
The stereotype?
Yeah.
You can just swing into it. And just, I miss my opportunity to be a country singer because it's so easy to talk like this.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I'm not really doing it that well, but if you get some beer in me, ooh, Lord.
The only reason you can do this is because we're both born and raised here
in
in Texas.
I didn't think it was awesome.
Back to the topic at hand.
So I didn't wait till autumn.
Back to the topic at
to
hand.
see. Sorry. That's terrible singing too.
Oh my goodness.
I'm waiting for the coffee to kick in. I'm sorry, love.
I can tell. Should we take a break is the question.
I mean, we're hitting it.
Suffer through it. The guy that's next door, he doesn't live there. I think it's his girlfriend, and he's there a lot now. I think he's that dude that's just on the phone talking about deals loudly in the hallway. It's like, okay, you've got a job. I do too. Great job, dude, for having a job.
No, that's just what he does to pretend like he has a job.
Oh.
I'm leaving, honey, to go do business things. And he just talks on the phone, but he doesn't talk to anybody.
Interesting.
Oh, man.
Anyway, sorry. What were you going to say?
But yeah, so you edit a lot.
I do edit a lot.
And you work a lot. And you are actually going to work today. And we are technically, this is the day that you keep the Sabbath, but...
That was what prompted
we're technically working.
Oh, actually, this is a good segue. So that was what prompted...
That's what the title of this should be.
This is a good segue.
The segue to segues are just some...
we were talking, like usually most days over the weekend, one of us will be like, oh, here's what I'm trying to do for the weekend. Like if one of us does have a goal for a day or the weekend, try to say it in the morning so that way the other person is just aware and doesn't like slow things down or hinder things without realizing that they hindered things. Communication, we're getting there. Anyway, Mr. Hallease asked me, Hallease, what are you going to be doing on Saturday? And then I said, well, I'm kind of thinking about working. I saw on the calendar that you were going to get a haircut. So I thought, oh, when he goes to get his haircut, maybe I'll actually edit a little bit. And then his response was,
I don't remember.
I thought you were trying to keep a Sabbath. Why are you fitting to work?
Oh, right.
And I was like, you're not wrong.
Well, it's just better for your mental health.
It is. I have learned.
Especially the week or the weekend before shoots.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
See? He members.
Yes. I have learned that if I don't take at least a half day, ideally a full day.
What happens?
Tell
the people.
I get very, very stressed out during the week, and I usually end up having some kind of break. So... some kind of psychotic situation happens.
It's not psychotic or psychosis. It's just more, it's noticeable though.
Yeah, I definitely go through a very obvious downswing. Because the thing about me...
I don't know if I want to do this anymore, Christopher.
Yeah, because the thing about me too is that I really pride myself on being very productive. So even this, to me... This is taking a break, recording, because it's Saturday. Today's Saturday, and we're recording Beastcast episodes. But to me, this is taking a break. Beep, 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 beep. So who's doing the announcement? Am I doing the announcement? Hey everyone, thank you for watching / listening to this episode of the Beastcast. If you're new here, make sure to follow me, but osmosis, it's both of us, on Instagram at hallease.mp4, where you can keep up with new episodes because we are not on a schedule anymore. So turn on the bell and other such things. Ways that you can help. Let the ads play. If you're watching...
Help us get to that sabbatical. Sorry, that took me a minute. Woo! Let the ads play.
Ways that you can help us out is to let the ads play. If you're watching us here on YouTube, that really helps us out. And in general, other creators that you may be watching on here, letting the ads play helps that creator a lot. Liking the video helps the creator a lot. The other thing that you can do if you want to just take it a step further, if you're feeling generous, if you will, join us on Patreon. Support this Beastcast on Patreon, patreon.com/Hallease. There you get early access to Beastcast episodes. You also get way more engagement from me. I make a weekly vlog that is strictly for them every Monday, where I talk directly with y'all and answer your questions and things like that. So check it out. And finally, we do have a goal on the Patreon. We're trying to get to 500 Patreon producers. And if we hit that, we will go back to being a weekly schedule with the Beastcast. Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed. Interesting indeed.
This was news to me.
It is news to you, but interesting indeed. So yeah, consider joining the Patreon production team, patreon.com/Hallease. I think that's all the announcements. We've got merch. Buy it. Back to the video.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't really even consider this work. I mean, it's like I'm doing something. It's just something on the schedule. Like, we're doing Beastcast episodes. Okay. So I'm not either watching TV or on the internet.
Yeah.
Or napping. But I'm not working. This isn't work.
That's interesting though, because it took you a long time to come back to doing them though. I think that it is work for you in a little bit. I think it teeters into that for you.
Well, I think it's just me wanting to do other things on the weekend. Because I can't do things during the week for the most part.
Yeah. That's true.
So it's like, I want to get a car wash, or I want to do. These are really stupid things I do on the weekend.
You do a lot of random things.
But it's like I want to get the car washed.
Yeah.
After I get my hair cut, and then go to the HEB or go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
But I front load all of that usually in the mornings.
Yeah.
To make sure that we have time to have lunch, and then after that to make sure that we could just do whatever we want to do the rest of the day.
Yeah. You have become a more productive person.
Have I?
As we've...
I wouldn't even say that.
Gotten married. Oh, yes, you have. It just take you forever to do nothing.
Here it comes.
No, not in a bad way. It's just that, like...
You left me for a possum.
It would take you a long time to do nothing for a while. You'd be
doing nothing.
Yeah, you're really
I'm
good
really
at it.
good at
you're
it.
really, really
can't
good at it.
Can't make a career out of that, though.
You really can't. Gotta do something.
You can die doing what you love, I guess.
Facts. These are facts. Very much. Do you feel like you need a Sabbath? That's interesting, actually.
I do. No, I do.
Oh, okay.
No, I need the break from the work week.
Yeah.
I need it.
Oh.
Yeah, there needs to be separate. That's why usually on Fridays, I don't know if you've noticed this now, but it's like, yes. So I can see that we are going to dinner on Fridays.
Right,
and
that's
we are
true.
drinking on Fridays.
Yeah.
So the break...
It signifies to you that your break starts now.
The flag that starts waving.
Yeah.
That the BS is done. And, you're like working for the weekend is that period of time. And then Saturday I get to do whatever I want to do. And then we hang out and we just eat and drink and do other stuff. And like I'm not even going to call it Sabbath because that's more bordering on blasphemy. Like what I do is not the Sabbath. It's way too self-centered to be that. But anyway, so it's more just recharging.
Yeah.
So I need the separation in work-life balance. It's like I need to know that, like after work, I do not think about work anymore. Because you can't. That place, because like I think about work way too much during the week. And I just need the break. So I need something. I need an escape. I don't know if I need the Sabbath. I could be more contemplative. I can be more productive in my sabbaticals.
Sabbatical, Sabbath. Similar. Interesting.
Are you
going to look up the origins of the word?
No,
or what?
I'm just going to make sure that I use that properly.
Oh, okay.
If like sabbatical is the...
Sabbatical's the right word.
But is the root the Sabbath?
Oh, I don't know.
I think so.
I would just noticed that is very similar in wordage.
Of or appropriate to the Sabbath. A period or paid leave granted to a university teacher or other worker for study or travel. Traditionally, 1 year. It's the same concept.
So this is actually interesting. Oh man, I feel like in all our Beastcast episodes, going to be like throwbacks to other episodes. But remember,
That's how you're a successful show, isn't it? Or is that lazy writing?
I think it's lazy writing. But
Cut that out.
yeah. But do you recall we had a Beastcast where I kept saying I want to take a year off,
I remember that.
and you were like, "Nah, does not compute." And
now,
yet, you definitely understand taking these mini sabbaticals for roughly 48 hours.
So remember
Yeah.
where we were 3 months ago.
We were here.
We were here, but we
Just
were
right over there.
We were
over
burdened. Don't.
there. Right
It's a
over
small
there.
apartment. Yeah, I mean, you can point it out.
Yeah.
We were burdened with debt. We were burdened with
Were we?
3 months ago. Yeah, we were just transitioning
Yeah, you're
over
right.
to it. So I was still concerned about money, still concerned about debt, still concerned about selling the house.
A giant baby is learning how to walk above us.
A giant drunk baby.
Yeah, a giant drunk baby. Anyway, continue. Start over. Start your phrase over.
What was I saying?
Remember where we were.
Oh, remember just like where my mind was at there
Hmm.
when I said that. It was, I was concerned about debt and I was concerned about finances, and I wasn't sure that we could keep our head above water.
Ah.
So I just wanted to, I was like, no, we need to save up. We got to squirrel stuff away because winter's coming. What's wrong with you? What's that story with the, oh man, it's like the squirrel, and the squirrel's prepared, and then there's what was the other thing? The other animal
I don't know. Rabbit?
that was unprepared.
Turtle?
No, man, I can't remember. Anyways, like these two rodents.
Okay.
One of them's preparing for the winter, and the other one's like, no, it's stupid. Don't think that was. It's a long ways away. It's fine.
Uh-huh.
And then the winter comes, and the squirrel's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
And the other mammal says, no, please help me. And the squirrel's like, no, I'm not going to help you.
Dang. Okay.
And I
Cut
think one
through
of them,
squirrel.
I'm pretty sure one of them dies.
Yeah, okay. It's a sad story you're telling.
But yeah, so I'm just preparing I am the apocalypse preparer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. We got to get all the propane and the gas that you can and the canned food because it's coming.
Yeah.
And when it's coming, we're going to need all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. Or we could prepare modestly and, be reasonable about things.
Yeah.
And so that's where my mind was. And so now you saying, oh, well, we could save up a certain amount of time and I can just not work and I can be free of things. That totally makes sense. That makes sense to me now. All that strife. Remember that strife? Did you all see that episode? Go back to that episode. We'll wait for you here.
That is fascinating.
Welcome back. So that was neurotic Chris making frantic conclusions or frantic arguments.
Yeah.
But I understand it now. I understand the value of taking sabbaticals in the same way that I understand the value of taking vacations.
Need one of those. You take one of those pretty
And
soon.
it's the same way that it's the same concept of enjoying your labors as well. So I used to not save any money for myself to spend on just stupid things.
Yeah, I noticed that, and it was just kind of like...
What happened with that? I felt burnt out, and I felt like I was working for nothing.
Right.
But even just setting aside just a little bit so I could buy new shoes, and I can buy new running shorts, and I can buy another running hat. These small, stupid things.
Yeah.
You just feel like I am enjoying the fruits of my effort now.
Yeah.
I think that's more at the heart of my understanding of Sabbath. Look, so you labor all this time, and that's great. But I think you need to reflect on the fact that what have you been working towards?
You're right.
And also what allowed you to work.
Yeah.
And all these things that you're benefiting from, again, where is that coming from? It's coming from you, but then what is the ultimate source of that?
Right.
So please think on that and reflect.
Sure.
And I will wait here.
I keep thinking about Like I always read Ecclesiastes like every couple of years just to refresh my mind's eye, if you will. And the main thing, for those of y'all who don't know, Ecclesiastes, it's a book in the Bible. It was written by King Solomon. It's in the Old Testament, not the New Testament. So in it, though, Solomon basically says everything's meaningless. Like there's no point to anything you're doing.
Yes.
And all that really matters is that whatever hand you've been dealt in life, you make the most of it, give back when you can, work as hard as you can, because you should, and just be grateful. Just be grateful that you have what you have, and be grateful to God that you got it.
What is that quote that I love but always misquote?
When times are merry, be merry. But when times are hard, know that God has made one as well as the other.
Also be merry, because God has made one as.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I butchered that. See, still butchering it.
So, that's the thing, is I feel like the Sabbath is a great way to remind yourself that times are merry right now. I think for me, the other reason that I try to keep a Sabbath is that I'm realizing how much I let productivity rule my life. Like I'd gotten to a point I started bullet journaling this year. For those of y'all who know bullet journaling, it's basically like to-do lists, but written. Mm-hmm. And I quickly realized that I was taking it a little bit too far. Like it got a little compulsive. I'm very productive. It was awesome. But I realized I had to put stipulations for myself around bullet journaling. So I don't bullet journal the weekend. No, seriously, because then it got to the point where I was really, really productive. It was kind of like when I was when we did Lent that one year. And remember, it got to a point where I was slightly manic because it became this thing of like, oh man, this is so great. I'm not having to worry about eating during the day, and I can just do other things instead of having to take that annoying break for lunch. I can just go for a run during my lunch break now, and I don't have to run later in the day. That's so perfect.
What did I say?
And you were like, that's how manic people think. And I was like, oh, I should stop doing Lent.
It's like, oh, when I don't have to worry about sleeping, I get so much more done.
Yeah.
I'm so much more successful. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
These are facts. And you're also not sleeping, so that's not good. So yeah, it's one of those things where I feel like I always have to mentally keep myself in check. Like I'm realizing how much I actually have to put a lot of parameters around myself in regards to work, especially since I work for myself now. I don't work for an entity. And making a mental note to have a Sabbath, no matter how much work I actually have on my plate, is something that like I just really have to do.
Oh wait, no. So okay. So I'm going to deviate a little bit. So the Beastcast took a sabbatical partially because I was not sure how, in my new position, how it would reflect if I'm still doing Beastcast episodes. So,
which that makes sense.
There's still like a connection to this conversation though. So I was letting work dictate who I was and how I was spending my free time. My non-work time.
Oh.
And then, again, something snapped in me, and I said,
yeah, just recently.
That doesn't matter anymore. I'm good. Mm-hmm. And so then you said, oh, well, we should make Beastcast episodes. And I was like, yeah, we should do it again. Because I'm not letting it dictate who I am anymore.
So maybe that's the thing about the sabbatical for you, is it reminds you of your own independent ownership of self.
I think
away from the thing.
So it's a mental sabbatical. So and it's not even a defined period of time. It's just like during the work week, I need the weekend as a sabbatical.
Yeah.
But like a true formal sabbatical, I just need time to think and reflect, and then I just come back to things.
Do you think there will ever come a time in your career and life where you'll hit that success thing you were talking about? Where it doesn't matter what day of the week is. Like you could take your sabbatical on a Tuesday instead of a Saturday. Don't make no difference.
I think it's possible. I just don't know which avenue to take. I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
I want that for you. I wish you could actually remember when we talked about this before. I think it was earlier this week. I wish that I could financially give you the space to take a true sabbatical and not worry about anything.
Right.
For like at least 6 months. Like you just chill. Like just exist for 6 months. I feel like you're at a point in your career where that would be really beneficial for you.
Yeah, and I wish I could do the same for you now. Yeah. Because I understand the value of it.
Yeah.
Well, and if nothing else, like I still think I'm building up towards helping you with something. Because I have grown in the 3 months.
Yeah, you have. Well, I mean, it's 3 months, 6 months.
Oh, well, I mean, so even in the 3 months of the Beastcast.
Yeah.
Which just so happens to be the 3 months that I've been at this new job. Like I've grown a lot.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what the point of this episode was, y'all. We kind of deviated quite a bit.
No, I think it's still, but and instead of sabbatical, it's more like periods of reflection. And so
taking time to reflect.
And it's not even just purely to reflect, but taking time off, getting off the grind.
Yeah. So
that you can just not be on it. So what does that mean? Oh, well, I can think about, do I need to keep grinding?
Right.
What is the grinding doing? It's like, oh, it's making this byproduct. Does anyone need that? Yeah. Why am I still, how long have I been here?
Yeah. True.
Well, he told me I should be grinding. And it's like, and who is he? Who are you?
What does his opinion matter? Yeah.
Why are you telling me what to do?
That's a good point. I don't know.
I think we're taking appropriate time.
Do you, though?
It could be better.
Hi. Okay, you're ready to go out. Thank you. I will let you out in a bit. All right.
Is she in frame?
She's not in frame.
Okay.
Because it's pretty cropped.
So my question is...
Can you let me finish the episode? Can you not look at me, though? Thank you.
So in the spirit of taking time off, I actually want to pose, we want to go on vacation.
Yes.
Okay.
We do.
So posing this question to the audience, where should we go?
Oh, you're going to ask them.
I mean, just to engage them. So we like beachy things.
We like beachy things. This is very true.
I enjoy food.
Mm-hmm. Of the delicious nature and variety.
What are some places that y'all like to take sabbaticals on? Or where should we take the next sabbatical?
Yeah.
Where do y'all like to go and where should we go?
Yeah, okay. For this vacation that we need to take but are really bad about planning for.
That we may not take, but we'd like to talk about it.
Yeah, we like to talk about it a lot. We've literally been talking about it for like 4 months.
Yeah, okay.
We've been talking about it for most of the year. It's a problem. But yeah, let's have them join in on that conversation as well. In the comments below, let us know. And, we'll see you when we see you. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, shorter episode, but, still good.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.